morning, everyone. It's Dwayne Ashford, and we're coming back with you for the second time this morning on February the 17th. It's Wednesday, 2021. The time is 8:40 a.m., and we are about to deliver for you our second broadcast for today. We are live right now, live from the Motel 6 at Georgia Avenue, right before you reach Butternut Street. 1 block up the street from Butternut Street, 2 blocks up the street from Geranium Street. I'm Dwayne Ashford. I am your JIC. Now news with Indacarseat. That guy, JIC, goes by no other name other than Dwayne Ashford.
We're bringing you all the new day. We also have new StreetNOW news.
We're coming back with you this morning to discuss findings and an article that was written by myself, the Indacarseat, that guy, Dwayne Ashford, all for you. We wrote 2 articles yesterday. It was very, very impacting articles, news articles, but one of the things we want to mention in those articles is how real the articles, how real the content is. The content is real life standard content, and we want to talk about those articles today as we move on throughout the course of our week. It's Wednesday, and we have a winter weather storm coming up tomorrow, February the 18th, that we've already breasted you and the world upon through StreetNOW News. And we're just going to discuss this article really quick before we have to deal with that. I'm Dwayne Ashford. I'm your JIC, Indacarseat, that guy, journalist-in-chief, broadcaster. I'm him, and I'm also Indacarseat, that guy, right here at Motel 6, suite number 301. That is me. We're going to get that article discussion started for you in a few short moments. I do say we are live. We're live for a reason, and you're going to find out what that reason is in just a few short moments. The article that we're going to discuss, Dwayne Ashford, who is the StreetNOW News JIC, who is also your Indacarseat, that guy, is called The Likes of the Davises. The Likes of the Davises. What this article centers on is the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police and their tactic of revenge and their tactic of targeting. Their tactic of targeting that we have realized is by attributing the work of their targets, of their prey, to people who side with the crimes and people who side with them. And we've seen that. We have watched that. And that is why we are live right now. Right now, that is why, exactly why, we are live. We have talked about a speech, but I never thought of it through on such a larger scheme. We've talked about the speech being written in that particular speech, while the speech is being written by the original person who's writing the speech. That copying and that cheating and that surveillancing by the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Cops is taking that speech and is giving it to one of their conspirators. One of the conspirators who works on behalf of the crimes against the person who's actually writing the speech themselves. That is what we have found about a speech. What ends up happening is when the two people gets up on the podium to speak, then the person who is sided with the police officers who is carrying out the scheme from my allegations. I'm alleging this because this is what I have found and what I see. It may not be all of them, but it's some of them. And the police officers then take the person who is aligned with them and put them up first before the original one. And then the police officers gives them the speech that was written by the second person. And that is what we have. The article that was written by Indacarseat, Datguy, Dwayne Ashford speaks on credits. Giving credit where credit is due. And what does credit mean? Well, credit, what I have found mean, used in this particular area, credit goes out and get cars for those people who steal. Credit goes out and gets money, loans on people who steal. Credit runs to a loan company. It runs to the car dealership and says, hey, look, I'm in the Indacarseat, that guy. I have this and I have that. And I want to get credit on my skill and my ability to be able to market your product based on who I am. When that person is not even Indacarseat, that guy is not even Dwayne Ashford. And that is exactly what we have found. That is exactly what the trash had been doing. They've been attributing people who are not even associated with StreetNOW News with the broadcast of StreetNOW News being voiced by Dwayne Ashford. And we thought that by recording and voicing all of the information, we thought we were getting through. We thought there's no way somebody could do something like this. Well, they can if they're working with the Washington, D.C. police. I'm coming right on back in a few more moments to give you some incidents of who we allege are involved or was involved in the theft. The people who are closest to you. I'm him in the car seat, that guy, Dwayne Ashford. Now, you're hearing the song behind us that says, Don't Stop Now. Well, I'm going to tell you what it did to me. I'm Dwayne Ashford. I'm the original StreetNOW News JIC himself. What it did to me is it stopped me. I became terrorized. All these people following me and all of them stealing, and the cops was running behind me trying to steal from me to give to them. Anyone who would work with the crimes. And the cops would then turn around and receive stolen properties from me. The properties that the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan cops are alleged to have been stealing from Dwayne Ashford was given to people who were following me. And that was scary. What it did, it terrorized. It's terrorizing. It makes you afraid to put a pen to a piece of paper. Yeah, everything you write was being stolen. Everything you said out of your mouth was being stolen and given to somebody else. That was the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Cops. For that reason is the reason why right now we are live. We are live right now. We are live. We are live right now, and we're going to be live from now on in the future, knowing what they do and knowing what the cops have done. They see this as a way of money. They see it as greed, money. Get that money scheme. It's the cops helping the poor people, the poor and lazy people get money. Trying to get money on being lazy. Now, I'm going to make it very clear by saying this that I have nothing at all against poor people, against people who seek to progress, have ambitions. But I have everything against someone who have every intent to go about whatever means and method that's out there to still get that money from innocent, gentle, nice, docile people. Stealing from behind the scenes is what was happening, and was happening with the Washington, D.C. metropolitan cops. What we are showing here is that it is a target practice. They get mad at you, and that is when they target revenge. Go behind the scenes and start stealing your stuff and giving it to people that don't like you. All they have to do is say, no, I don't like him, or yes, I want something he has. I'll side with you. And the cops then make the promises and start making the change. Well, we already done sniped your shit. We're waiting on the cops right now to do something right now. This is live for that reason. Now we're going to take a few moments and we're going to jump into the article that was written by Dwayne Ashford, reading some excerpts from that article. We want you to go within the narrative of this particular broadcast, and we want you to read the article for yourself. But we're going to give you some excerpts from that particular article that was written by Dwayne Ashford, and even that article would be attributed to somebody else by the Washington, D.C. metropolitan cops. Why? Because they're targeting the broadcaster. They're targeting Dwayne Ashford, and their intention is to take everything that Dwayne Ashford does and behind the scenes attribute it to somebody else, and that other person would go behind the scenes and get credit based on that. Just like Ron. Yeah, Ron. At the tennis court, Ron. We had a person named Ron that was following us. There's no way. Ron ended up going out and getting a free Mercedes on Dwayne Ashford and fraud. You have a person named Duck that was following Dwayne Ashford. He was going out getting cars, getting this and that, and all of them was being switched and swapped based on the police officer working with him. We have Eric Seymour, which we are calling out. Yeah, we're calling you out. Why? We're calling you out because you should have known better than to carry out that particular activity based on a friendship when we've been friends all along. We're going to do this on air. We're going to do it like it's supposed to be done. Eric Seymour is running behind Dwayne Ashford's back. We've been friends all this time, and he went behind his back and was getting credit based on trying to be Dwayne Ashford based on the cop trade. This is my allegation. I have the right to make this allegation. You have a problem with it, then you can come to me directly. We can fight about it. And when I say fight about it, we can fight about it legally. We can fight about it however you want to fight about it. But it is what it is. You've done what you've done. Now we're sniping your shit for you. There's a taxi driver. His name is Badesso, who plays at the Tacoma Park Tennis Court, running behind Dwayne Ashford, trying to get swapped by the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police, trying to get swapped by the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police as the StreetNOW News JIC journalist and chief broadcaster who's doing the reporting. He is sitting here waiting for the cops to attribute the work of Dwayne Ashford to him. And that is not going to happen, not anymore. Now, I'm going to go ahead now and jump real quickly. We have 1 minute. We're going to read a couple of the likes of these people are based on greed and are justified by the falsification of monies and the money's priorities on the basics of life. The money greed places this type of person in alignment behind the scenes with the lowest grade of humans and the lowest grade of other races, which give the likes of these people leverage against people who do not know as much, or people who trust them. It actually turns these people against those who trust them. Hey, look, I'm Dwayne Ashford, StreetNOW News. We're going to close out with that really quick. Might even come back with a little bit more on that, but I'm him. I'm him because you made me. In the car seat, that guy. TatMedia News with in the car seat, that guy, Dwayne Ashford. There's no other name other